Hey guys, here is MrPokke and everything you guys missed in version 4.3 Livestream. Frankly speaking, if we're just gonna be talking about this, the video will be 5 minutes long. So I'ma just speed up the actual thing you guys missed within 5 minutes. But the moral, or rather the bigger topic that I kind of want to use this video to discuss is this right here, right? It is kind of like a drip marketing reaction, except that the drip marketing reaction happened at 8 p.m. Singapore time instead of 12 p.m. So let's just first run down what version 4.3 itself has to offer with the lovely help of our page right here. Mortenax Blade, bro, is coming out. Deploy special zone to gain enhancements and brand new abilities. Pretty much basic skill as well as a new ultimate. You will never use its basic most of the time. You'll always spam its skill, and then you're always just going to be casting its ultimate whenever possible. While the zone is active, allied targets can inflict defense reducing and vulnerability debuffs, which means they can count as additional stacks for Acheron. Now, this is honestly very, very important because previously, if you wanted your allies to inflict debuffs, right, you had to use this thing called E2 Silph. Because E2 Silph allows your entire ally, as long as they attack a target, they inflict the Silph's vulnerability debuff from the E2, right? Now, you don't need to care about E2 Silph anymore because for a mere price of an Hsr Blade, you get this in. Anyone that attacks will inflict this debuff, essentially rendering your Silver Wolf the same value as a fucking Jingdo, right? So I would say highly recommend that for Acheron mains. This is pretty much the closest thing to a one-cost upgrade for anyone that wants to do a respectable amount of damage. And this also triggers Mortenax Blade's additional follow-up attack. Early access is coming out this Wednesday. I really tried this kit in the early access server before this live stream went by, so we'll talk about this kit a little bit more in the future, so we're just gonna jump off. This very important note is that the banner for Blade lasts from 2026 24th of June. 24th of June. What? Holy shit, though, Mr. Drive, Mr. Wheel. And that, thank you so much, Mr. Drive. Hope you had an exceptional LARPer reaction to this right here, because chat was calling you out for your LARPer R reaction on this.
A king's gift?
Oh, he's free!
That's basically all you had to say. Oh, he's free. Oh, very, very nice. But thank you so much for the raid. I am basically doing a non-LARPer things, which is covering what this is for the good community of Hsr. Oh, Bob said Rin's marketing is AI.
What is this bum ass talk about? He's not even a fucking actual Fate fan. Bum ass just recently watched the Fate animes. Alright, LARPing ass. Get this bum ass out of here. Ooh, PU. Smelly, stinky. Ugh, yucky.
I would honestly say I will be offended. But it appears that bro's chat is just says you. And also, I will have y'all know, I didn't just watch one Fate episode, by the way. Or one Fate season, by the way. I watched UB-Dubs, Zero, and all the fucking movies. As I was saying for Mortenax Blade, the banner's time is gonna be starting off on the 1st of June, all the way until to the 24th of June for Blade himself. And the banner for Fate collaboration is actually gonna be starting on the 24th of July, which means we do have ourselves 1 month in between June and July, right? This is 1 month away. So let's move on into the next win, which is gonna be the Lycone. All right, very, very good, very, very nice looking. So not too much to say other than that fact that very nice apps, if I can say so myself. Going on to the events, we have a 10 pool, exceptional Star Wars mode. I will be making a dedicated content in the early access server for Star Wars mode. Essentially, if you clear all 3 endgame content on Star Wars mode, which is going to be 3 team content for Pure Vision, MOC, as well as Epoch Shadows, you'll get not 1, not 2, but 300 strategies, bro. Across 6 weeks. You know how much is that? That is 50 Stellar Jade in 1 week. Absolute fucking cinema. A lot of potential content to cook up, right? You have to go over the different buffs, you have to do the team building, and I'm pretty sure a lot of like free-to-play players, because free-to-play players have nothing, right? Free-to-play players will be very, very upset because nobody in Hsr can afford to build a third team, which we're just gonna be trying out with our own free-to-play account when the time eventually comes. So I will be definitely looking forward to the Star Wars mode right here. And we have a corresponding limited time clearance medal, which is essentially what you will obtain from your anomaly arbitration 3-star clears. So I will be checking in my mods as well as my editor to see if they get themselves the medal, and if they have not, we are gonna be cutting their pace, right? So and then what to do? Pixel Plane Rumble, exceptional. Wisp-Bay Amusement Park, exceptional. Double drop rate, exceptional. So that is gonna be all of our events. Okay, this is honestly a lot more interesting, which is going to be not the Blade banner himself, but rather the Yao Guang rerun. This means that for Elation flagship, the Elation sloppers, y'all be slopping about crying that your Silver Wolf has no Yao Guang, your Evanescence has no Yao Guang, your everyone has no Yao Guang. Now we do have the Yao Guang rerun on the first half alongside with Blade's banner. But I wanna just remind y'all, this is coming after the second half. So, if you are committed for Elation flagship, feel free to commit. Because Yao Guang ain't going anywhere, right? Yao Guang ain't going anywhere, right? I'm not sure how long this banner is gonna last. If I were to be a guessing man, they might pull off a similar situation with Archer, where you get like a pool event. Not a spending event, but like a pool event, where you can essentially pull for maybe a free Gilgamesh S1. Right, who knows, right? But that was basically what they did for Archer. So for Fate fans, you basically have to weigh your options, because at the end of the day, you're playing a gacha game for what? To enjoy, bro, right? So I will leave you guys to decide, but Yao Guang is going to be getting a rerun, which would make this choice a little bit hard for the waifu and husbando poolers, right? Except husbando pooler is not that deep of a bet, because Gilgamesh is going to be free. Any case, second half is none other than the Cyrene banner, right? This is the Cyrene banner from the 24th of June to the 14th of July, as well as the Finon banner from the 24th of June to the 14th of July. For these two units, if you would like to play Finon, especially if you have been a Finon man without E2 like myself, this is an excellent time to pick up an E2 Finon. If you would like to experience Hsr from a completely different perspective with the power of E2 Cyrene, you can also consider picking this up. But what is more important than this is that I don't believe they did say it here, but they didn't say it, or rather show it on screen. Dance. It is very, very, very rare for a Hsr to have a dance banner. Some might even say it's more difficult to get yourself an S5 DDD than getting an actual E0 S1. I'll leave it for you guys to decide. So for myself, right, I am low-key thinking of pulling on my free-to-play account just for E2 Cyrene. I am thinking about it. And then we pull E2 Cyrene. I mean, it's not dance banner, but if we are going to be going for vertical investments, this is pretty much the second best thing I can probably give for my free-to-play account. And if we are going to be crying that free-to-play accounts can't get idlers, we are just going to see how that is going to be going from there, right? Other than that, I have one little thing to note is that this banner actually ends on the 14th of July, but the Fate banner starts on the 24th of July. So there is a 10-day gap between this and the Fate banner, which is a little bit strange. I'm not sure what appears to be the reason. So maybe there might be just like a pausing time for no rerun. Oh, Himeko banner starts earlier. It's just a bit strange though. So Himeko's banner starts at, I'm assuming, 15th. Alright, Himeko starts on the 15th. But Fate will start 10 days later. So it's just at 3.4. Alright, exceptional then. So only that is good because it makes guide makers like myself a little bit more time to cook up the guides. Because if it's gonna be the same time as Himeko, it means that I have to make a guide for Himeko, a guide for Saber, a guide for not a Saber, sorry, a guide for Rin, a guide for Gilgamesh, zero cycle for all three, endgame content for all three, team building for all. So like it's just gonna be a little bit. Oh my god, bro! Imagine 4.4 they announced Noah flares. That will be crazy. But that is gonna be the banner duration for phase 2. Story-wise, okay, Adder censored this picture. I'm not gonna say anything about the story, but the live stream had an insane fucking spoiler for the story. Ding, ding, so if you don't want to get spoiled because you missed the live stream, feel free to skip this part.
As best before screw him, I will jump in game.
Okay, jump then. But Alex, thank you so much for the 6 months. I would say this is a insane spoiler. I'm not gonna comment too much, but that is gonna be some sort of a never let you go situation. Others, global accessory. So if you were to pull for a blade, it is a second slot. So it is not gonna consume a slot with your Mimi head. So it's gonna be up for the blade mains to decide if they want to get themselves looking at Banyu. Info Hermitage. So we're going to Snezhnaya on the new map. Again, no spoilers. I'm not gonna show this. It is what it is. New relics. One of the relic piece is literally called as Navigator. I sees it. If I'm gonna be a guessing man, that is gonna be Himeko's 4-piece because Divine Quarrying Master Smith looks very similar to what Blade is gonna be wearing. So for Himeko mains who want to pull for Himeko, you're probably gonna be farming this set for a while. New Calyx and domains especially required for Quantum, which is once again gonna be tied to your Rinto Saga. So that is gonna be that. Wow, widget update. By the way, they showed this widget for iPhones. You see that? Yeah, that's for iPhones, Bagum. So next time, use a better phone. Other than that, we're pretty much coming to the end of our version 4.3 summary. Honestly, you guys really didn't miss too much. It is very, very straightforward. But I do want to talk about the other thing that is gonna be this right here, which is Fate collaboration banner is officially announced, which is gonna include Rinto Saga as a Quantum Erudition 5-star, as well as a Gilgamesh free to claim alongside with Archer, right? It's either Gilgamesh or Archer, which is for Gilgamesh a Lightning Destruction unit, 5-star as well. I will talk about this a little bit more, but TLDR, if you are gonna be a Fate fan, you might want to consider saving up your pools for what is gonna be coming in 4.4. But I kind of just want to remind a little bit, right? Number one, we also had the same level of, okay, maybe not even the same level of, I think, okay, personally, neutrally speaking, I was way more hyped for Saber. Because that shit legit came out of nowhere in a concert. Wait. You might want. Bro, I need to get a clip. Your mod, get me a clip. What am I going on? So, bro, that was some genuine underreaction. This one is like, like, okay, fine, like, okay, it's cool, but okay, but in any case, even till this day, Saber's performance, it's like alright. Alright, some might say mediocre. Some might say she has room for improvement. Alright. So if you're pulling from the perspective of like meta, I would reserve my expectations a little bit more. But who knows if Gilgamesh is gonna become like an Archer? Because Archer, even especially at E1, this bro is like completely destroying a lot of endgame content, especially with the tailored sparkle that was like built perfectly for Archer. So I don't really have an idea of like what to expect for this lightning destruction. We'll just see how that is gonna be going. And with that out of the way, I think we're pretty much coming to the end of our 4.3 summary. Let me know what you guys think and thoughts and comments down below. Word of the day is gonna be, I called it. Join Twitch, join YouTube, join Discord, use code POKE for 10% on gamer subs. All the best for Gacha Food. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.